Okay, we got our live stream up.
Okay. Shalom, Israel. We're the ISUPK. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanan. We start off in 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If you're not an ISUPK under Commanding General Yohanan, you're not under the truth. Officer Qadash Shapar teaching the Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash means holy tongue. You know, that's the language that we've learned. That's the language that we are learning with teaching ourselves again. Because we have a Hebrew chart over here where we teach the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew. The Assyrian Hebrew when we're in captivity, and we wait for people to see the chat is up. We got it's warm in here, nice and brisk in class, you know, and we wait for the students to come on and join class, get in class, and learn our whole language. Our class tonight we're going to be over talking about plurals, like we said last week. Plurals, and of course we'll do a few things on prepositions. So you guys understand that that's Lashawan Qadash class. We're learning our true heritage, our language. You know, we are Hebrew. That's so we speak Hebrew, but we're Israelites. We're in the 12 tribes of Israel. People call us Hebrew sometimes, you know, but we're really Israelites. You know, this is Israelite School of UPK under Commanding General Yohanan, Universal Practical Knowledge, okay? And well, we teach the language that we originated with. And it has 22 characters, 2 vowels. And that was the first original language the Most High put down. Of course, when we were in captivity, we learned we turned those same characters or symbols, characters, into different characters. That's what they taught us. That's what they turned to, you know, because our language was a little bit coerced by the Assyrians. At least the pictures were, or the characters. But the sounds are still the same. You know, when we say us, you know, that's when we say ba, gada, hawazaka, ta, yakala, amanasa, akataza, kwara, shata. And of course, you know, that's in English doesn't even sound anything like English. Because it's not. It's a Hebrew language, man. Officer Qadash Shapar teaching this class will let you know that we were also in captivity. In the Assyrian language, and that makes a big difference, because that means now we got to learn the ancient Hebrew characters and the symbols, characters of the Assyrian. Now they have 27 characters there. A lot of people get a little bent out of shape. Oh, we got 22, we got 27. Listen, they got 5 extra characters here. The ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and the tazah. At the end of a sentence, we like to say that you put the ending characters right here at the end, not the end of a sentence, at the end of a word, I'm sorry. But that's just the way the Assyrians speak, so that's what we had to learn. But we like to kind of stick with our original tongue, which has 22 characters in it. You know, none of this, as some people say, chicken scratch, but we had to learn it because that's what a lot of our language is written into. Of course, we learn it so that we can know it. You know, in ISUPK, we're proficient. You know, we're scholars at what we do. You know, we break the Bible down and we break our language down. And we do it in precepts. And we understand what we're doing when this chart's been around for forever. It's 1969, man. You know, that's what we learned. Commander General Yohanan passed it on to us. And that's what we do. The Holy Tongue, Lashawan, is just simply means it's the tongue. And Debar means to speak, you know, of course. Or to say is Amar. And then but holy is Qadash. You know, when you say Qadash, you're saying holy. It means to separate yourself, or badal. Badalka is to separate something, but when you want to say separate us and make us holy, you want to say Qadash, or you want to say to separate, and you say just separate, or that word is badal. Slocky. Let's see. We have Michael Patterson. That's Mikey, your old name, that's Ratazak. Glad to have you in class. I think I recognize that name. I understand. YouTube picks it up that way sometime. Glad to have you in class. We guys let you know, participate in class. We'll let you know. Let's see. We'll go over a few slides. We'll go over a few plurals. We're going to study a little bit about plurals tonight because I know some people were talking about plurals. How do you say this? How do you say it in plural? Because we've gone over it a few times, but we'll go over it in a little bit more detail tonight. We're going to use the word shawamar, to watch. Now, when you're on, and you can interchange this word with the tenses in the plurals with many words. Like you say, he is watching, he is looking, he is speaking, he is touching, stuff like that. So we're going to say, tonight we're going to say he is watching. So when you watch something, like you're on guard, you're on shamar, he is watching. Or you can say she is watching, not necessarily shamar, but just say she's watching. But that's what the word means. So you're going to say he is watching, you're going to say hawa'ah, shawamar. Hawa'ah, shawamar. He is watching. We'll put that down. That's just in the no plural, just like a singular tense saying. Or she is watching. Hawa'ah, shawamara. It's a little different. So it's just like a lot of languages, the Hebrew languages has a male and female understanding of tenses and plurals and different understandings. The female and the male are addressed different. They talk. When you use their plurals, you use differences in saying those plurals. You don't just say it the same way, because men and women are, of course, different in our Hebrew language, and of course, being an Israelite, But this wicked America, man, they so screwed up and backwards, man. Some of them don't even know, don't even understand what I just said. So when we say, let's use something like he is watching. Okay? You on a shawamar, he is watching. So you want to say, you want to say ha, wa-ah, like ha, wa-ah, shawamar, to watch. Sha, wa, mar. Okay? Ha, wa-ah, shawamar. That's, of course, the masculine. That's male, not female. But then we're going to show you how to do the female there. Of course, Hawa, Shawa, that's he is. Hawa, this is definitely he. So when you're saying for a male, you want to say he, you say Hawa. But when you say a woman, for a woman, you would say, for a female, you would say ha, ya. It's a difference, okay? Ha-ya-a. 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 And all of that you would say, sha, wa, ma, ra. Like that, okay? A little difference there. That's the female, okay? I mean, it's just, the female is here. Ha-ya. The biggest difference is, let me see if I get a different pen here and show you the biggest difference. Hope you guys give you a little relaxed class tonight. see here. Block it. All right. The biggest difference is Salaki. Okay, Haya'a. Like that. Put it in green there. Haya'a and then Hawa'a. So you'll see the difference. Okay? Hawa'a. And, of course, another difference, you have an AH over here. Just so you guys, you pay attention there. Ah. You gotta write that down in your notes so you'll understand. So just let you know that he is Hawa'a. Shawamar, to watch. Or if I say Dabar, to speak, he is speaking, I would say Hawa'a Dabar. I'm sorry, Dabar. And if I were going to say for the female, she's speaking now or whatever for saying something, the other something, because our women don't teach, so but we'll say this. Haya'a Dabara. If I was saying that for to speak. I'll write it down on the board here. This for a man will be Dabar. Like that. To speak for a man. Okay? But if I was going to say, that's Hawa'a Dabar. So you can use these words interchangeably with other nouns. But if I say for a woman, Haya'a, then I would say Dabar Ra. Almost like Deborah, but Dabara. To speak. And you notice we putting this AH on the end, but that's the difference. Haya'a Dabar, that's for a woman to speak. But when you're saying of course when you're on Shamar, or you're watching, because that's what our men do when we're watching here. It's Shamar, okay? All right? So it's Haya'a Shawamar. And of course, if you want to use Dabar to reiterate, Shawamar, Dabar, Shawamar, and Haya'a Dabar. And for a woman, it's Haya'a Shawamara. Or to watch, or Haya'a Dabara. So, now let's get into a little bit more plurals here, but that's basically the basic understanding. This, of course, we haven't done the plurals yet. I'm just kind of introducing and showing it. There's a difference between the male and the female here. That's the difference. Okay? So let's just erase this and move on to a few more plurals. Like I said, it's a good night to write your notes down here. Yeah. Right there. Okay. Good way to write some notes. Towel here. Wet towel there, would you? We'll erase this off the board here so we can move on a little bit. I've wet it. Yeah, wet that. All right. We're going to get into a little bit more like we talked about last week. people who are writing plurals. What? People writing plurals. Okay. Get a little understanding on our plurals here. All right. Okay, let's see what we got in class. Kazamar, glad to have you in class, Troop. You and Ratazak. Almost forgot Ratazak's name, Mike. All right, Ratazak. Okay. Now let's say if we want to write, let's see. We're watching. Let's get into that. Like a plural, like more than one person, plural. Just like you would have, like in America, you use the S for a lot of plurals, in a lot of different ways, okay? And they use a lot of prepositions and possessive adjectives to help with the plurals. But here, it's kind of the same here. But we're going to say, we're watching, like we are, like male and female. Or male, two males are watching, or two females are watching, and two males are watching. Or a male and females watching. So we'll say something like this. We'll say, we're watching. We're, like that. Well, we're watching. Okay? All right. We're watching. Okay? And so, we can say, well, there, we're, it's like, ak, anak, we're, nawa. Anak, nawa. And of course, you have to put watching there to be shawamar, but you're going to do this. You're going to say sha, wa, mar. In this case, well, it's like the familiar right there. We'll use green on that so people can see it, to see the difference is what I'm saying here. We're going to use the familiar yam. Yam. Y-A-M. Like that. Okay? And that's what this right here can be male and female. Like that. It could be male and female. So guys, you make sure this is a good night to write your notes, okay? Male and female. So we're, aknaknawa. That's we are, You understand the we are, okay? Write it in your notes. But let's see, break this down a little bit. I don't want to put too much Hebrew because I want you guys to concentrate on how it's done. Because last week, we did a breakdown where I told you, where I showed you guys how to, if I give you a word and I showed it in Hebrew, and you can tell me what that word was. Now that was fun because it proves to me, it showed me that you guys understood the Hebrew language even a little bit better. But in this case, we're, aknaknawa. So you want to know how to say that? We are. So it's aknaknawa. So put that in your notes. Make sure you understand that, okay? And of course, watching, still shawamar, or shamar. But we're going to say, in this case, shawamar, yum. Well, when you say ing, it's shawamar. But if you want to say to watch just by itself, it's just simply shamar. Or like this. Make sure you guys understand that. Shamar. That would be just to watch. But when you want to say shawamar, you want to say watching. But when you say shawamar yum, is plural. That means we are. Now you're saying we are watching. Okay? Shawamariyam. 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 And so if I were to give you that word and spell it out in Hebrew, then I would expect you to come back, because we're getting it a little, a little bit more detail in advance, because we're doing this week after week. People are starting to understand. I mean, if I broke that word down, Aknaknawa, and you say, you may not even know what it means, but at least you'll understand how to pronounce it, and that's what we're after. We're after to at least understand how to pronounce it. So when you read the Tanakh, you say, oh, okay, what's that word? Aknaknawa, we're. So what does that mean? I go to my notes or from my memory. Oh, it means we are. Or if I say, you see a word in Hebrew, and you say it in the Tanakh, you read, you say, oh, I mean, you could be, the man and the woman could be sitting at home reading out of the Tanakh together. The man's leading out, of course, because the priests and prophets, you teach your wives, man. Sometimes these wives retain this stuff. So, but you still are taught them, and you may be sitting down having a cool, and you forgot. Say, hey, wife, what does that mean? I mean, you forget to say, oh, that's right. I did teach you that. And that's how that works. So we say, right here, watch, shamar, or watching, shawamariyam. We are, because now you're putting it together with we're, because you're making it plural. That's the whole idea. We're making this plural. Okay? We're making plurals like we talked about last week. And we're gonna go over these plurals. We're gonna keep going through them. But if I were to put just a regular word down, and I'm saying if I put shamar, you would say, oh, okay, how do I do that? It would look like if I say Shah, see if I write it backwards. Shah, and I would say Ma, Shah, then I would say Ma, then I would say Ra. Shamar. Shamar, like that. Or, if I would write it in ancient Hebrew, it would be like this. Okay? Shah, then it would be Ma, like that, and then it would be like this. That's ancient Hebrew. Doesn't need any connectors, but over here, as you've learned, Shah by itself and double connected to join the Mar and the Ra, Shamar. That's pretty much. So yeah, you guys get that in your notes, and we'll keep moving on. Get that in your notes. Okay? We talked about plurals, and that's I want you guys to make sure you guys understood, because somebody think it was Kapa, Bana from Texas. I think she was one that mentioned that, so that's the reason why we're going over this in class. So take good notes. So when you ask something, you say, don't say I didn't say it. It's right here on the board. And that's what we're here for, So when I give you a word next week, and we type it in the, I want you to type it in the chat, then you'll understand how to write it. You may remember the plural, but at least you'll understand how to break it down and what it sounds like. That's what we're trying to do, teach you the Hebrew chart, so you can teach yourself Hebrew. That's the whole point. Okay? That's the whole point. All right? We'll get to some more plural here. Aknaknawa Sharamar. Yum. We're watching. That's what we said. Okay? Give me another wet towel. Wet it real good for me, please. Water off the shot. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next stuff here. Let's see. Wow. Wow, the Hebrew.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, do some housekeeping here. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Now we said, so far we said he is watching, she's watching, and we're watching. So we said, Hawa'a Shawamar, he is watching, she is watching, Haya'a Shawamara, okay? And we're watching, Aknak Nawa, you know, Shawamariyam, that's weird. All right, we're watching, man. Now let's go to you're watching. I mean, these are old ancient notes here I gotta thumb through just to memorize it myself. So let's do that. Let's go over that. Let's go over a little bit here. You're watching. Of course, we're in class. We're talking about plurals, pluralizing something. You know. Yeah. The board's got to dry there. It's kind of wet. Let's see one of those towels over there. Go on. Keep getting warm, man. All right. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's still wet, that's what it is. Sloppy. Okay. We're talking plurals here. Okay? The plural sounds, or the plural understanding of words. You want to say you're watching. You are. We said not now for we're watching. A shawamar. Yum. So now we want to say you are watching. Or as in you are. Oops. Over here. You're watching. Okay, you're watching. Now, let's see. And in this case, you know, we're gonna have a masculine and a feminine form. So this will be the masculine over here. It's gonna be masculine right here. Okay. You're gonna say you're watching. Then we're gonna go to feminine next. All right. Okay. So we're going to say a thumb. When you want to say you say a thumb, like this. A thumb. A thumb. You know? We're is aknaknawa. But when you say you're saying a thumb. Or a tha is the word for your. A tha. So we borrow from that and we say you are, and it's a thumb. And here's the understanding of that. You have your, I believe, if not mistaken, tha. Tha. Slot. There right here, okay? But when you want to say you are, we will say you are, now you got to put the, that's just saying like a tha. Now you got to take that tha, take the H off and put thumb. Put the on there. Now you're saying, instead of saying you're saying you are, or you're. You know how we put the little accent up there in American sound? So you're. So say a thumb. You're. Plural. That's what we're talking about, plural, right? And of course, as you would know, and as you would guess, you're going to say you're watching. Okay? So there we go. We use that word, shawa mar yum. Shawa. Like this. That doesn't change. Okay? Sha, wa, ma. Is that right? Yeah. Mar. And of course, we say yum. Like this. Okay? There's the yum there. All right? We'll let that sink in there. Okay? A tha, the word for a tha is your, or your is a tha. But when you want to say you are, or your, now you want to say a thumb. Because it's a form of a plural. Now you want to say shawamar. You remember we said shamar by itself, but when you're saying watching, like a verb or the action of doing something, shawamar. And then you want to make it plural because you have this plural in front of it. A thumb. Well, of course, what's behind it's got to be plural. So we put yam. Mikey and Akaz, if y'all understand that, if you're still there, Shar, wherever, type Khan, y'all understand that, so I know. At least Mikey or Kaz. Let's see, who else we got in class here? Paraba. Oh yeah, good, sis. Didn't know you in class. Glad to have you, sis. Now we're gonna put down Sister Paraba, wife Officer Shar. Glad to have you in class, sis. Now we're gonna put down the female. The female would say, instead of saying a thumb, she would say a thun. For female, she would say a thun. Make sure you guys write this in your notes, because I'm gonna surprise you and ask you questions like this. But if you got it in your notes, and this is how you learn. So the female would say for the word a tha, or your, or you are, she would say a thun, because it's a form of a plural, because you're saying you're. All right, you are. Like y'all, or you are, And then of course, for the female, you want to say shawamar, but we're going to do something different here for the female. She's watching, but it's shawa, mar, then it's waf. That's a big difference. Waf. That's what the woman wants to say when she's addressing, when she's speaking as a woman to a man, or to another woman for that matter. But she doesn't say shawarmaryam. That's not in her language. She wants to say shawarmaryaf. Shawarmawaf. Let's see what we got here. Man out of one man. What are you talking about? Hey, put the right Khan out of Khan. Put that in there. Razak. We got man out of one man. All right. But anyway, here it is on the board. It's laid out. The female, you want to say a thon. The biggest difference is A-N. Over here for the man is a thumb, A-M. You still use shamar. The root word is shamar. But you say shawamar yum. Shawamar yum for the man. For the woman, you say shawamar wa. Sharamarwaf. That's what you want to say. But the man is Atam Sharamaryam. You are that root word. That's the root words there. Atha and Shamar. Those are the root words. And all we're doing is make them plural. That's all we're doing. So write that down in your notes, guys. I'll give you guys a few seconds to write that down in your notes. And you take one of them ends off of there. It's Khan Adawan. You spell Khan Adawan red. I may have to spell it on the board for you. Khan Adawan. You'll learn that as you grow. Okay? There's the female, here's the male. You're watching. Atham Sharamaryam. Female, Athan Sharamaryam. Sharwa Marwaf. Sharwa. Shawa Marwaf. Okay? Shawa Maryam. Shawa Marwaf. Tongue tangler there. Okay? Understand that. All right? It's a good chance, this is a good time to write your notes down. I'm not asking too many questions because I'm preparing you to write these in your notes there. What this thing doing today, man? Okay. Rough day. Some days is right, some days is altogether different. See. I have to use another pen there to write some of this. All right. Lock you there for a second. Stuff gets etched on here a little bit. Okay. Rough board tonight. All right. Got to shorten this a little bit. Okay. What'd you do? words up on the board here. Let's go with a, let's see what we got here. Salakia, sir, autocorrect. Yeah, you're right, I understand. Autocorrect, I understand. Radazak. I'm glad you participated in class, man. That's what I'm happy about. It's high in Christ. Okay, let's do this. Glad to have a woman in class, Sister Parva. Let's go to, let's see. Okay, here's the key. To form the plural for the male, it amounts to this. Yum. Put it to the side. Okay? Put it to the side. Put it over there. Yeah. Put it over there. That'll work. Okay. For the male, to form a plural in this sense, for the male, we want to say yum. Okay? All right? And for the female, for the amounts to, for the lessons that we just went over, when we said, let's go over it again here, but just, instead of writing, I'll just recite it. We said, he is watching, hawa'ah, sharamar. She is watching, haya'ah, haya'ah, sharamara. And then for the plural, we want to say, we're watching, abnaknawa, sharamar, yum. That's the male, right there, yum. But for a female, just to let you know the difference, that's why I want you guys to write that in your notes. For the female, let's get another color here, so the female will understand this. They can see a difference. I'm sorry, not understand, but see a difference. That's my point. To form the plural for female, you know, you want to write waf. Okay, in this sense, all right, because there's other forms there, other plural there. So that's the intelligent meaning behind this. So that's what we were doing. We were, and then of course we say you're watching. When you're watching, you say a thumb, sharamar yum. And of course that depends on what you make in plural here. But in this case, this the masculine is yam, and over here is waf. Just so you guys understand and remember that. Don't take it out of any other context. Now, when you say they are watching, there's a difference. We're going to get into that one here in a second. When you say they are watching, but for the most part, when you're saying for the female, waf and yum and waf. Yum for the male, waf at the end of the noun, or the in this case shamar, or the verb. In this case, I'm sorry, the verb. Shamar, you're watching some, or you're speaking. You know, that's like a verb. Okay, so that's what we're trying to say here when you're doing plurals. There's a difference, and make sure you understand the difference, so y'all write that down. That's what all we were doing right there. Okay? That's all we were really doing. That's all we were really doing. Okay, now let's go, we'll move on to another one. Okay? I like this green better than this one here. Alright. Alright, we'll move to, let's get to another lesson here. Yeah. Okay. But it's just letting you know that somebody, mentioned plurals last week, so you'll understand how to write these down. And it's like when I do plurals, it's usually a lesson in just taking notes. And, if you got a question, I understand, raise your hand in the chat or ask a question. But that's what we're doing. Let's see. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay? So when we say, now that's good for when you want to say a plural, yam and wap. And when you want to say they, when you want to say something with they. Now they are, you got a they who you're talking about, they male or they woman. Are you talking about female or male when you say they? So we say they are. They or there, or we put the word they are. They are, or some people like to put there, they are. These are like two words. They are, okay? They are what? Okay? When we say they are, we say for the man, we want to say ham. Okay? Ham shara maryam. So we want to say they are. What is it? We want to say ham. Like that. And we want to say they are watching. Let's say, for instance, they are watching. Like that. Well, if we want to say they're watching, then we want to put down like something like sharamar. Because that's the root word. Remember shamar? Shawa. If I grab another pen there. Sharamar, yum. Remember the man? Shawar. There. Shawar. Shawama. Shawa. Sloppy. Yeah. Mar. Then of course we want to put yum. Because that's what we just got through saying. That's how you write the male. So there it is right there. Sharamar yum. For the male. When you just want to say they, you want to say a ham. Make sure you guys write that down in your notes. Ham. Okay? For the masculine. Now if you want to write female, they can still say, or feminine, you can still say they are, but you want to say it this way. You want to say han. Han. Not han, because the vowels are pronounced ah, and the other one is I. So han. For the female, it's going to be pronounced han. Then of course you're going to have the same word, sharamar, and what do you think that word would be? Type it up in the chat. What do you think I'm going to put on the end of sharamar? You just got through writing it. Let's see if you guys are awake there. Sha, wa, mar. Because it's plural, it's normally shamar. So what am I going to put here for the female? Tell me what that is. I'll give you guys a chance to write that down. Okay? What is that going to be? If I said ham sharamar yum, if I want to make han for the female, shawa mar what? What is going to go there? Tell me. We just wrote it on the board. What would the plural be for the feminine side? The male is ham, sharamar yum, or yum, Y-A-M. The female is han, H-A-N. which is a different from HAM. But when you say shawamar, what am I going to put in that little blank there to make the female when I say they are? Because there's more than one. It's plural, remember? And that's what we're talking about. We're talking plural. So what would that be? Type it up in the chat. See if you guys paying attention. We'll give you guys time. Take your time. One's yam and the other one is what? We just wrote them on the board. We're going to see who's paying attention. Shawa Maryam. Ham. I'm going to say Ham. Shawa Maryam, man. That means they're watching. You left them, them, the two males, those 3, 4, 5 males, them 10 males. Ashariyah. But and the women, you say, oh yeah. The women say Han. Shawarmar what? What are you going to say right there? What would make this plural on the end? It's 4 letters. Remember? 4 letters. We just had it on the board, and I erased it. Give you guys a few more seconds to write it. What do you got? Because it's a female, I'll give you 10 more seconds. Parabah, Akaz, Radazak, what you got? Shawarmar, what? For the female. Tell me about it. See, you guys, I want to make sure you're paying attention. Unless you guys tipped out and got some yam. Okay, for a woman, you want to put waf. W-A, that's what I had on the board, W-A-T-H. And you guys write these down because that's why you're in Hebrew class. You know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. For the male, they are watching. Ham, sharamar, yam. Yam is what makes plural. But for the female, it's waf. Shawa, marwaf. Shawa, marwaf. Han. One's han and one's ham. That's the difference. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. Let's see what somebody got written in here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. All right. And that's the difference. So you'll know that there's a difference between the man and the woman when they say they are. Okay? You guys let you guys write that in your notes. So what I had on the board there a second ago was yam and waf. Ham and han. They. Just all we do, when you want to pluralize the they are, you know, who are? They are. You know, I believe that's an adjective before the, I guess, I can't remember that. Before this verb, or watch. To watch something is causes it's a verb, or it could be a noun too. But an English teacher, but that sounds right. But to watching, so you want to say male, you want to yam. To reiterate, you want to say waf. Okay? All right? So we go ahead and that's what I wanted to bring out there. We go ahead and erase that off the board. I know people get with their Friday night. My Ayam, and Yayan, and they just join themselves. But let's make sure you guys write this down in your notes. Okay? Alright, yeah, they came off pretty good. Okay. Let's write a little bit more here. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Because we're talking about plural like we said last week. We're going to do some plurals. Here they are. Let's write some plurals. You want to write yam and waf at the end for plurals like that. That's what you want to do. Okay? All right. Now we want to go to another set of plurals. Kind of like an easy night here, because just take notes. All right. Let's do this. We said they are watching. Now let's go to this one right here. Let's go to, let's do something like, let me see. Let's go to, I was going to do some prepositions. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do here. Let's see, Slocky, so. Let me see here. What I want to do. Let's do, let me see. Okay, let's do, let me see. We're going to go and do something here. Let me see. Slocky for a second. Find out here. Okay, here it is right here. I was looking for it. It's locked. For prepositions, you know, prepositions that come before the word. It's like if you want to say, let's use a word like let's use a word like we said, speak, the bar. Okay. Let's use that word. A simple word right there. The bar. And if I want to say we speak, debarium. Okay? But I want to say debar. And I want to say I speak. You can let's see here. Or let me see, do I want? That one right? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's do it this way. Yam, for the man, I speak. That's what we're saying. Debarwaf, for the female. or we're just saying, and of course you kind of put something, you got to qualify it in front of it, put some adjectives in front of it, but I'm just putting down pretty much different words and just putting yam and waf with it so people understand how we write the Hebrew, okay? Or we'll say stuff like, that's just for, people, and of course that's to speak, if you want to say speak. Let's put up something else. So let's use prepositions. I just wanted to make sure you guys understood the plurals, okay? And the female, of course, is the barwa. All right. Now let's do some prepositions up here. All right. Let's do this. What if I said, let's use something like the earth. We'll just use. I always like to use this because everybody knows what the earth is. Ara ta za. Arataza just means earth. Okay? Alright, now we're into prepositions now. We're going to do some preps. Some prepositions. We were in plurals, now we're going to do preposition. Okay? So we want to say the earth. And we want to say the earth, of course, you say ha. So if we want to say the earth, right here, you want to use the preposition ha. Like that. Because ha arataza just means the earth. Okay? Ha arataza. You want to say in earth, as it is in heaven, you want to say ba. Okay? Understand? Write good notes. And that is in. So we want to say in here. Make sure you guys can see that. In, and of course this one is the. Alright? Alright? Where's my slug for a second? Guys should be writing these in your notes. Okay? Because in the Lord's Prayer, they say, the earth is the Lord's and the full thereof. And in the Lord's Prayer, they say, in earth as it is in heaven. This is what they're saying. Ba, and then they'll say arataza. I'm not going to write it over again. But you say ba. Ba arataza. That's in earth. Okay? Or if you want to say, let's say if you want to say something like, and the earth. So let's say that. So we're going to say and, we'll use a and like that. So an and would be wa. That's and, but you have to use it along with the, so you would say waha aratazan. You'll see a lot of that written down in the Tanakh. Waha aratazan. And the earth was formed. So you say waha aratazan. But these are prepositions, so it's good to write your prepositions down so you'll understand. Okay? And there's another one. Another one that come around, you're going to say, we're going to use one and say, of the earth. Like, so we're going to say, of the earth. Okay? You guys write that down because I expect you guys to know this from week to week. All right? At least try. At least if you have it in your notes, that's what I do. what did I say? Of earth? Yeah, you say ma. And ma could be of, or it could be from. From the earth. It could be either one of those. Ma. I mean, look how many prepositions you have already that you can use to start a sentence with. A sentence with. You can say the earth and the heavens. And of course, heaven, you can use, heaven would be a word called a shemayim. We'll write that down. We say, let's put it over here. Shah, Ma, well, let's see. Do I want to use the, yeah, Shemayim. Because they don't just talk about one heaven. That's why they use that. It's always in the masculine. It's never, ever Shamawaf. Never. There's no woman heaven. It's always the Most High is definitely in the masculine form. Or the heavens, you can say, because the heavens are made up of waters, you know. So, and it's also made up as where the Most High live, also further dimension out there. So when we say, you can say the earth and the heavens. So you would say, if I were to write that out, you would say the ha aratazah, the earth, and then you can say and you can say waha shemayim, or just wa shemayim. You can say the earth and the heavens. You can pick it out of there, right?
I was just trying to place it in my head.
Yeah. I mean, I can write it up. You can say the earth, the is ha'aratazah. Okay? And then you say and wa, and you can say shemayim. Or you can say, you go back and pick this word up, ha-shemayim. Wa ha-shemayim. Or you just say wa shemayim. It'll be understood. You don't have to say the necessarily, right? But these are your prepositions, and this is how it's formed. And you can say of heaven. You can say ma shemayim, of heaven and earth. Of heaven and earth. That says in the Most High, Yahweh, Hawa'ah. That means I'm sorry. What I was going to say. The Lord is heaven, and the Most High is Lord of heaven and earth. You can pick all that out if I wrote you another word like power, or the Most High power. That's Allah. Okay, of heaven and earth. If I wrote that up there, but anyway, you can use all these prepositions to make up sentences like that easily because you have them in front of you. Okay, here's some more. Let's pick up a few more prepositions. You can use something like he, or yeah. You can use. I'll put it up there anyway. I don't know if you can use it too much, but I can just say he is equal to, I believe it's Yah. Write that one down. He. Okay? So there's another one. He, Yah, the, ha, in, ba, and, wa. From, of is ma. Earth, shemayim, and just go look up, just put your down a bunch of nouns and adjectives and verbs, and make sure you understand the plural tenses of things. For a man, what we were talking about, I wrote them on the board. You make sure you do yam, and what's the female?
Waf.
Raise your hand. What is it?
Waf.
Say it out loud.
Waf.
Waf. W-A-T-H. Waf. So we use yam, or for the man, and what we use for the female?
Waf.
Waf. Okay, because that's at the end of a verb or the noun there, and this depends on what you're writing. Okay, but the prepositions, what are these called? Prepositions. Why are they called prepositions? Because they're pre. What does pre mean? Before. So they are before the noun. So when I say ha-arataza, I'm saying, hey, there's a preposition, man, before the noun. So it's ha-arataza. So when you read it, you say ha-arataza. That's how you want to take that. That's how you understand prepositions. And of course, let's see if I can give you a couple more here. Here's one. Ka. Yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure I got enough room to write this. Ka is as. So I write ka. Okay? It's as or like. As something or like something. Or as the heavens. Ka-arataza. Ka shamayim. Or as or like the earth. You know, it's not quite the earth, but it's like the earth. So you would say ka. Ka-arataza. And same thing, same way we speak. Oh, that's like the earth? Ka-arataza. Or as the earth? Yeah. Same way, that's the way we speak. Or if you say the earth, yeah. Arataza. Ha-arataza. Or if you want to say, you know what I'm saying? This is how you use all of the prepositions in the way you want to write them. But without these, then it would be hard to write have an understanding of that, right? That makes sense?
Right.
Okay? So, and here's even another one. We have Shah. Shah. As you guys write down your note, that means whom or which. In other words, you want to say, you say, which earth? There's only one, of course. You say, Sha'arataza. You know, whom that's pertaining to, what heavens, which heavens? You say, Shashamayim. You know, next week we'll get into possessive adjective, because what they do is they go, they possess the adjective. You normally will put them on the end. Okay? So how many we got here so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 prepositions. And that gives you plenty to pick out nouns and make them plural. And what's the plural for a man again? If you want to make it on the end of the noun or the verb, what would you use?
Yum.
Yum. Right? Clap it up for the young trooper there. Yum. Clap it up. And what would you use for the female? What would you use for the female? Yes.
Wath.
Wath. W-A-T-H. Clap it up for it. Shop. It's in class with us tonight. So understand where to put things. The prepositions go what? Before the noun. And the possessive adjective, which we haven't put up here, we'll do that next week, goes what? After. And the plurals are, of course, there we put like different senses, different types of plurals, different understanding for male, like they are, we are, you know, stuff like that, or I am, things like that. We put them on the board, and then of course, then at the end of it is always yam or a wath. Okay, so it's either it's ham or han. The man is ham if you want to say there, I believe. If you want to say where, it's ak na nawa.
Athanawa.
Ak na nawa.
Athanawa.
Ak, A-H-C-H, Nawa, N-A-W-A. Ak nak nawa. Something like that. Ak nak nawa means we're. So, or we're of the earth. Or if you want to say we're of the earth, ak nak nawa, ma Aratazah. Because of is mom. We're of the earth, right? That makes sense? Or angels are of the heavens. You want to say, then you say the word for angel. Can't remember that one. But then you say, they are. You want to say, they are. You want to say, because they're masculine, so you want to say Han. Is that right? I'm sorry, Ham. That's that right? Let me make sure I get it right. Let me make sure I get that one right, because that's important. What I say, they are Ham. Yeah, Ham. You want to say H-A-M when you want to say they are. The angels are of the heavens. You know, we're made a step lower than the angels. So you want to say they are of the heavens. So you want to say Ham. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay. If you're talking to angels and you look the word up for angels, of course. But anyway, you understand that. And then of course you have Shemayim, you know what that means. That's heavens. That's earth, right? There we go. So, everybody got that? Okay. I can erase that?
Okay.
All right. Y'all sure y'all got that over there now? Y'all got that written down? Okay, all right, well, I can erase that preposition like we talked about. Prepositions and plurals, we'll write a little bit more. But once you know your prepositions and plurals, write your notes. You know, you can pick out a lot of different things. Okay? All right, let's see. Let's see here. We'll get into, at the end of class, I said don't take long to write prepositions and plurals. I went through them. Next week we'll do something different. I want to go over write a little bit about numbers here before we end class. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's lock it for a second. Okay, let's write down a little bit here. Let me see. Let's lock you there. Okay, so we've gone so far over plurals and prepositions, right? Guys, I'm sure you guys are writing your notes down. Easy night, I'm not taxing your brains, so y'all just chilling. You know? Let's tax it. Let's see if y'all still in the chat. All the men and women, Kaz, Razazah, other people, Parabah. Let's see. Number one here. For number one, what's the Hebrew word for number one? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Akkad. Trooper said that real quick. You must know. How'd you know that so fast? You just said, Captain Akkad. All right, and a cod. I mean, you know, you gotta understand that's your first one that you know. Because we're gonna go over the number systems real quick here. We're just gonna do 1 to 10. Because when I dedicate a whole class to the numbers themselves, we'll make sure we understand all the way up to 1,000, 2,000. You know, it's about as far as money as I want to count anyway. So then we'll say 2. Remember? Anybody in class? Anybody in the chat? You know? Okay. Go ahead.
Shania.
You close. Shun. You close.
Shania.
You close.
Shania.
Shania. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay. All right, in the chat, we'll see if anybody's in the chat woke up. For number 3 here, the number systems. I know y'all remember that. Mikey, Farabah, and Razak, and other people that are watching in the chat there. What's the Hebrew word for number 3 there? Give you guys a chance to check that out. Tell me what it is. Hebrew word for number 3, all right? What is that? Hmm? You remember?
I think.
Go ahead. It's not a right or wrong answer. It's just, we'll learn from it. Go ahead.
It's like Shashai, something like that. Sha'ai.
That's down the road there. Further. You close. Akkad, Shania, and you close. What'd you say? Shashai? How about this? I think that's right.
Shalashash.
Shalash.
Shalash.
Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Think about that. I know you know that, Akkad. Parabah. Ratazah. I know y'all know this. So, we have Akkad, Shania, Shalash. What would be number 4? Starts with an A. Let me see.
Arabah.
He said, replying to the ISUPK, Kazimar. Kazimar said, Arabah. See, he knows. Clap it up for Arabah. I mean, Akkad. Arabah. And if you do these things every week, then you begin to understand how easy they pick it up and they become second nature. He said Arabah, and he's exactly right. Well, lock there for a second. Ra. Did I spell that right? Ra. Something I forget. Yeah, that's it. Arabah. There we go. Arabah. Now, all right. Very good, Akkad. What you got for 5? Come on, Parabah. I know you in there. Somebody put something down there.
Sir.
All right, we're waiting for 5. Go ahead.
Kama'a.
What is it?
Kama'a.
Close. But at least you're that close. Kamash. Is that what y'all was writing in there, Parabah and Radazak? What's he got in there?
Akkad's got Kamash.
Kamash?
Just gotta add an extra A.
Extra A in there, Kaz. Because remember, Ka is your, that's a sound that looks like this. Like that in the Assyrian. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Is that right?
Okay.
Okay, what is it in the Hebrew? Oh yeah, ka. Ka. And of course, it looks like this in the regular Hebrew, or the like a ladder looking, Okay, but that's the ka you want. So make sure you say CHAA. The full that whole, that's like the longest. It's the longest sound, spelling sound that we spell in our language. Ka. It has the most letters. Let's put it that way. And it's spelled in the Assyrian like that, and it looks like the ancient like this. Kamash. All right, y'all work on this one. We'll let them open up and answer that. Okay. Let them answer that. I'll work on that. What is that? Take your time. In other words, Kamash. We got Akkad, number 1. Shanya, Shalash, Arabah, Kamash. So what is number 6? Let's see what y'all got over here. Y'all take your time. And of course, you put that Akkad, you put that extra A in there. You got the idea though, Kamash. Just make sure. Okay?
Brother Kaz, he got Shasha.
He got, let me see what he got.
Shasha. Shar.
Shar spelled it out in the Assyrian. He put what they got, Shah. Shah. Is it Shah? Yeah. And Shar went ahead and did the Assyrian for it, like this. Okay? And of course, then of course, if you want to write it in the ancient, it'll look like that. Okay? So let's clap it up for them brothers. Clap it up for the brothers. Exactly right. Shasha. And here's what it looks like in the Assyrian, that lost chicken scratch language, and then the regular ancient Shasha. Look like a little W, but that's what that's trying to say. In other words, they're trying to say 6. That's what that says, okay? All right, let's move on. Let's go to 7. What's 7? How do you say 7 in the Hebrew? Take your time. How do you say 7 in the Hebrew? I'll take the time. We'll let you guys in the chat come up with the answer. Yeah, we'll let them come up with it, and then we'll give you another one. Just so I want people to have enough time, because they got to type. Okay. They're typing. You guys are typing. As we type, I'm sorry. Let me get out of y'all way. So we know. So let's go reiterate. Let's say we got Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash for 5, and Shasha. And of course, what does it look like? What's number 7? Give you guys a chance to write that one down. What's number 7?
Kaz got Shabai.
Kaz has Shabai.
Come.
Let's see. Got it spelled right? Let's see.
Shabai.
Shabbai. Clap it up for that, bro. That's true. That what you gonna say?
Okay.
Let's go. Okay. Shabbat. Come on, Parabah. I know you there. I know you know these. Shah, because I've seen you put them down before. Shabbat. There we go. Come on, Parabah. We're going to let you come up with number 8. If you What is 8? This one is like, take some real memorization, let's put it that way. And it starts with an S, so I'll put it that way. All right? What is 8? You know, sometimes you can look through your notes, do them from the top of your head. You know? Who has that answer?
Akaz, he got
What does Akaz got?
Shamanawa.
Well, let me look. Let's see. Akaz says Shamanawa. No, it's you close, Akaz. Go amend your answer, and it's just the spelling. You got the idea. It's just your spelling. Okay? You're right with the Shah for 8. It's the spelling is all it is. I know what you're saying, but you just got to spell wrong. That's all. So take your time. Spell that. Take your time to spell it out. Just rewrite that over, Akaz. Just take your time. You got the idea. But you're missing something, I believe. You're missing, you're missing the 6. You're missing the 6th Hebrew character in there. That's all it is. So Shah what? Just take your time and respell that one out, because you got it. You know, I will give you partial credit if you wrote a test, but let's get it right now. I mean, if that's your heart's desire, just rewrite it. That's all you got to do. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got.
Shamawanda.
Shar got it in. Let me see. Yeah, Shar has it. Shar has it in. Yeah, both of y'all got it. Shar has it. He wrote the Assyrian out for it. And you wrote Shama. Shawa, what's this? Shawa.
Shamawana.
It should be Shawa Ma Na. That's what it should be. Okay, Shawamana. I think. Yeah, that's right. Shawa. Or is it Shama? Is it Shama Nawa? Shama. I forgot.
Shamawana.
Shamawana. I'm sorry. I spelled it wrong. It's Shema. Got the wa in the ma in the wrong place. Shema. Like that. Shema. Wa. Slock you there. Make mistakes. There you go. Shema Wana. Okay. Shar has, let's write down what he has. He's got the Syrian like this. Shah. And then of course he has the Ma like this. And then he's got the the Wa. Shama Wa. And then in an Assyrian over here, he's got the like this. Like that. Shama Wa. And then he's got an N. The N over here will look like this. Shama Wa Na. Then you're going to have You want to have, in the series, right in the series here, if I get back to the rest of the thing, you want to write, what am I doing here? Oh, yeah, you got to write the, what let's see, Shama wa,
No.
no, yeah. But you got to put an H on the end there. So that's the, you got to put the ha on the end of there. So it'll look like this. Okay, so Shama wa na. Shama wa na. And of course, if you write that in, well, do we got time? Yeah. Let's just write it in Sha. Then we want to write a ma, wa, na. Then we want to write. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And of course, you got to put the connectors in there. Sha, ma, wa, na, like that. That's how you would write it in the ancient, like that. Then the Syrian, you write it like Shar got, Shama wa na, okay? All right? And then, of course, Akaz has it right in the English spelling, Shama wa na. So clap it up, brother. Clap it up. So if we did that far, we might as well go on to number, where we at, 9?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's 9? You know what that is, Sasha?
I believe I know.
Go ahead.
The shot, the bot, the shot,
The shot?
the shot,
What did you say?
the shot, THASHI.
Yeah. There we go. The shot, right? Yeah, that's right. Clap it up for that brother. Clap it up for that truth. He says the top, the shot. What does Kaz got it? A paraba. She said araba. Let's see. Okay, it's araba. That's right. That's right. A paraba. She's on number 4. She must have been drinking some yayan over there. I understand. That's right, sis. All right, sis, tell me. The shy. Now I'm going to give you number 10. What's number 10? Tell me what number 10 is. Because we want you to catch up with it. I understand. But you're right about what you were saying. Araba, number 4. Tell me what number 10 is. Sis. Since you in that chat there. All right. Sure. Sure. That's right, Sure. We gotta let the woman do that also. Okay? What's that number 10, Paraba? Let's let Paraba do that. 'Cause I know she knows these. Paraba, what's number 10? Might let you do number 11 too, sis. I know you know. You can work on it too. Let's see. Paraba say Ashara. Clap it up for that, sis. Damn right. Clap it up for it. Ashara. Exactly right. So she wrote, I Sha. Is it Ra?
Shah. You
I.
gotta put the A in there, sir.
Oh, I ain't got this wrong, do I? Aisha Ra. I think that's right. Yeah, Ashara. Yeah. Ashara, that's right, sis. And that's counting up to number 10. So if I was going to say 11, how would I say 11? Paraba. Put you on the spot there, sis. I know you can do it. How would I say 11 in Hebrew? We'll let her do that. All right, Paraba. How would you say 11? You got it.
Nothing yet.
What you write?
Same thing.
Oh, yeah. How would you say 11, sis? Take your time, because we got everything in front of you. You said Asherah is 10. We got everything else, so surely we can make 11 happen. How would you say 11, Parabah? And a cause, if you want to write it down there, but what is because she's written me one, and I know she knows how to do these. Come on, Parabah. How would you say 11? Remember we talked about this before? Nobody helps her, just let her do it on her own. Let me see what she got. All right, sis. Damn right, a card Asherah. Clap it up for that, sis. I'll take that. That's exactly right. See, she knows because she's been studying. A card Asherah. If you want to say 12, Shanya Asherah, Shalash Asherah, Arabah for 14, Kamash Asherah. So she was right. So to do 11, she said a card. What she did was use the number 1 because she's been in class. A card. And she said the number 10. So 1 plus 10 is what? 11. All right. Asherah. Because she understands that. I knew she knew that. I knew she understood that. Very good, sis. And I know my brothers, my troopers in there, my officers in there, I know you guys know this. Okay. So you guys, for people who have, but this is a product of writing in your notes here. That's what this is. This is a product of writing in your notes all the time. That's what this is. And of course, let's see if you can remember this one. Akaz, everybody except for Shar. Akaz, all the troopers, and Parabah. How do you write 20? How do you write 20? Remember that one? How do you write 20? I know y'all know that one. How do y'all write 20? Take your time. How do you write 20? Let me see. Who's written in there?
Nobody yet.
Okay. How would you say 20? Akaz, Parabah, Ratazah, whoever else is in the chat, except for Shar, supposed to know that. How do you write 20? How do you write 20?
Got it.
Let me see what you got here. Cause. Let me see. No. You're close. And I understand why you did that. I understand why you wrote it like that. Because you were trying to take 2. But 20 is different. You want to go back to our plurals. How do you plural something? Remember, for the man. I remember all plurals, most plurals, for the man, all really for the man, but there are plurals on different, like numbers. It's always going to be a man, man's world in that case. How does you spell it?
Asherayim.
Who wrote that?
Sister Parabah.
Parabah wrote this.
Yeah.
She wrote and she wrote this. She wrote 10 first, and that's what you want to do. Asha, Ra, and then Yam, because this is 10, and this makes it plural. That's why it's like that. That's what makes yum. Ashariyum, ashariyum. That's what you was trying to write, Akaz, but you were writing shun because you thought it was like a 2. And I understood that, but that's not how you do that. If you want to write 22 Akaz, then you write 20 ashariyam, or you write 2 plus 20. So you write it backwards, of course. It'll be shanya ashariyam. That's what you were trying. You were trying to write 22. Let's see what we got there. Excuse me.
Is it masculine or feminine for me, sir?
No, you always, okay, Parabah, that's a very good understanding. But you always write for the masculine, you always write the masculine forms of these numbers. And there are other things that you write the masculine form. Because if you look at some things are masculine, some feminine. This is masculine. You always write masculine. Always. You don't never write feminine. There are no feminine numbers. Okay? That makes sense, Parabah? If you do, just put in there concert or kind of, however you want to put in there. I'm saying, just make sure you put one of those in there if you could for me, sis, because I just want to understand that you understand that. But that's a very good question. But because you're a woman, you want to always dedicate the number system as male. So you write con?
Don't come.
Con? Okay. Right, what's your writing there?
Con.
Yeah, Parabah, go ahead and put con, sir. You always address a man with sir. Con, sir. I appreciate that. Clap it up there, sir. Damn right. And Kaz, when you said shanya, yum, I understood. So when you want to write 22, then you'd say ashariyam, or shanya ashariyam. Because now you have 20. This right here is understood as 20. But if I wanted to say 20 plus 1, then I would say akad ashariyam. If I want to say 20 plus 2, I would say, or you can do it that way. You can say, that's the safest way, 20. And then you want to say shanya, or shanya ashariyam, because this is already 20 right here. It's already 20 because we made it 20, plural, because by pluralizing the 10. That's all we did. That make sense? Does everybody understand the class? If you do, let's clap it up for class. Okay, as we end class right here. As we end class. Where's my, what's he doing over there? My announcements. Oh, here it is. I'll turn them over there. I can't see them there. It's a lock in. For a second there. Make sure we clap it up for class. Clap it up for class. Very good. It's a very good class, okay? Let's clap it up for class, okay? Dan claps in there. I appreciate it, Sister Parba, Shar, Kaz, who else? Ratazak, and Parba, Sister Parba. I appreciate that. That's good that you guys did that. Very good class. But but always take the number system. That's a very good, unique understanding. Always take the masculine. In other words, you wouldn't want to say Asheri Yan or Waf. You want to say Asheri Waf. You don't want to do that. You want to just always, because you're a woman, you always answer the number system in the form of a man. Not in the form of a man, but you leave it in the form of the man. Okay? That's all you want to do. All right? That's what you want to do. Okay? So, we end class. And there's some more, and I'll show you, but there's some more systems that are all male. Matter of fact, most systems are, like the heavens, the earth. There are some words that are feminine and some words masculine, and I'll tell you that as I go along. okay? Because I'd have to make sure I look at it and see what it is. But in this case, it's always man. And most things that you write down will be from the male perspective. Although we did write, and I understand why you said that, although we did write masculine and feminine plurals. I understand that, but this is not one of them in the number system, okay? So, we have some ISUPK announcements. Let's see what we got here. Let me see here. Yeah, all right. As we end class here, Slocky there. We are the ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother or sister. When a brother or sister is comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months, period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, and we went over that. It means ma is of and Asherah is 10. So it's of the 10th when you give your tithes. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. The priest fund, the free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory, but whatsoever amount you would like. And we have some upholy convocations that we read. We have Purim, which is coming up very quickly here. The 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Monday the 1st, February, and Thursday the 15th, February 22. Esther, 9, 20, and 31. Okay, and then of course we're having the Passover, April 14th, 15th. Passover is the 15th, I believe. In Cocoa Beach, Florida, Commander General Yohana has got his hotels for that, man. So you make sure you get with your camp leader and make sure you govern yourself accordingly in the ISUPK. All right? And we're going to, if remind Akim, there's that word again, Akiyam and Akwath, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shoes, shirt, pants, and headband. We're going to give a salute to all our brothers. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak, Yahawadah Shem Shar Ban Yahawadah. Okay? We're going to give a courtesy salute to our sisters. We're going to turn to our sisters. We're going to give a courtesy salute to our sisters. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak, Yahawadah Shem Shar. For that we say, Shalom.